Welcome back, guys. This is going to be One Piece chapter 969. So, in the last chapter, we saw Odin about to strike Orochi, and now we can see how this conflict is going to end. So, we see Odin about to strike Orochi, and he sees a flashback about how his wife kills something trivial like this enemy will only, it's like giving him a warning about doing things, stuff like that, but he ignores that warning and decides to strike anyway. And we have this panel of the old man playing the guitar, and he crosses his fingers. And yeah, so this was quite a big shock, actually. So this old man the the devil fruit that Bartolomeo, I can't even say his name, but you know who he is, the devil fruit he has. So this is quite interesting. This is the second time we've seen someone with someone else's devil fruit. And there's something fishy definitely going on with whoever Orochi is being manipulated by or associated with. So, yeah. All right. So the barriers won't allow anyone to come closer. Your strength won't help Odin. But I'm surprised how strong these barriers are, considering Odin is pretty strong and not even he could break the barrier. So does that mean the barriers are invincible in this? Are they invincible, or do they have a certain threshold where they can break? But I'm guessing they must have a really high threshold if Odin cannot break them, considering he also has a sword Emma as well. Well, that's right. As a pirate, you should know about the abnormal power of devil fruits. Old hag Kurozumi Hijigaki. So that's the other old man with the number two's abilities. You're an ability user. They call us magicians in this country. Aha, Odin using force and anger to solve problems. The other villagers Dynamo tried that as well, but nobody can kill me. Okay, so even back then, Orochi's been surrounded by people way stronger than him, and these people obviously have some interests that align with Orochi, and they protect him for that reason. Okay, did you see that? Lord Odin dashed towards the palace. The legitimate heir of the Kozuki clan has returned. How wonderful. We will have a new shogun. He will definitely take care of Orochi and of Kaido too. So, from that dialogue, I'm guessing that the general population of Wano were still on the side of Odin, and his return made them really happy, and they all despised Orochi even back then. Lord Odin, Lord Odin. I don't know the reason. Apparently, my father appointed you as proxy shogun until the day I would return. So return the title of shogun at once. It wasn't my goal to become famous or anything, but under my rule, Wano will be a better place. Okay, yeah, that's I can see I can see why he would say that, but obviously, it, I don't think Orochi's going to give it back. I will never do that. In fact, you don't have the authority of a shogun. There you are, Odin. Why? Oh my God. So, damn, all these fools started with the dynamo. They all fell for his old hag's lies. By disguising herself with the power of the clone fruit, she managed to fool the entire country and enabled me to take the position of shogun. Mm. In other words, I am under no obligations to give the title to you. And who cares what the real Sukiyaki thought? You bastard, what'd you do to my father? Did he really die from a terminal disease? Of course not. We know that Orochi killed him. He killed him off very slowly. That day, a crowd formed in front of the palace to celebrate the return of the Kozuki clan and suddenly two poisoned arrows were shot in the crowd from an unknown direction. The village, the victims collapsed and started violently vomiting. Lost their lives. A medic, quick. Okay, what's going on? So two arrows were shot into the crowd. Okay, and they vomited. Is this the disease that Queen has, where it spreads really quickly? I don't know. Oh, okay. So two people were killed, and then this kind of disperses the crowd, and everyone hides. Okay, healthier in their homes, and in the cloudy skies over the capital, they saw a giant dragon. So, Kaido's here, and I remember that Kaido and Odin did clash, and Odin managed to actually damage Kaido, and he gave him a scar. So I'm excited to see how that happens. He had a unique childhood, but became Dynamo Kuri. He headed out to sea, met the best pirates in the world. After returning to his country, he was still strong. Kozuki Odin, who knew no enemy of his caliber, he should have become the savior of his people who suffered the oppressive forces of the evil East. Okay, however, a few hours later, Kozuki Odin presented himself naked in front of the Orochi's residence, making a fool of himself. So I'm guessing this is either Kozuki Odin's been defeated, and this is obviously the old woman using her devil fruit power to disgrace Odin's name because no one knows of her power except Odin. I mean, except Orochi, obviously. Or this is Odin being blackmailed into doing this, which is quite disgraceful, and it'll definitely hurt his image of how everyone sees him, especially with the last panel, which is talking about his legacy and everything. Okay, Orochi's underlings and the beast pirates laughed. There is a big man going home after acting like a clown for some pieces of gold. The return of Kozuki Odin, the legitimate heir of Wano, was the last ray of hope for the country. But the country was betrayed. The desperation of the people turned to anger. Oh, so this was quite despicable in the way they uh made what's it called, Odin. So now the people have turned against Odin because they were his last hope, and the fact that he did that kind of means the people are turned against him. Kozuki Odin, the idiot lord of Kuri, fell on his butt in front of a snake. Duh, don't laugh at his jokes. Whoopsie. Once a week, Odin showed up at the capital, acting like a fool in front of the palace trying to make a living, no matter if it rained or snowed. Lord Odin, please. Every week I get paid for dancing naked, and this is my business. Oh, so it is Odin and not the devil fruit. Let's go. Don't lie to us. What did he say to Orochi? Why are you acting like this? Even the people of Kuri, who's always believed in you, can't take this any longer. So, oh wow, so everyone's turning against Odin. So I think it is the legit Odin acting like this, but I reckon Kaido said something to him and that kind of changed him. Rumors about the events in the capital reached Kuri. It's the idiot lord. Stop acting like him. Stop the disappointment he is. Instead of bowing to Orochi, you should have committed seppuku like a warrior. A year later, and 24 years from now on, from now. So he's been doing that for a long time. I'm surprised he didn't just get Kaido to deal with him straight away. Odin, but I guess the reason he didn't kill him was his because the people loved him so much. So this is a way of reducing his support, I guess. And then once he's got no support, he can remove him easily. Okay. Odin, who received a foreign newspaper from Orochi, ran across the breach, ran across the beach crying like a fool, but his cries were interrupted by laughter. Following the execution of Pirate King Gold Roger, many people set out to sea, searching for the immense treasure he left behind. The One Piece, Roger. And thus the world entered the gold age of piracy. You're really incredible. What an incredible life you lived. Okay, but the thing is, Odin actually knows about the One Piece, so I wonder why he's yeah, that's pretty crazy. But he's not going to tell us, is he? Okay, 2 years after Odin's return. Okay, so Odin's still been around. I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's lasted so long as he is. 2 years after Odin's return, a fight broke out in Ringo between Gecko pirates and the Beast pirates. At the same time, the grave of the sword god Ryuma was robbed. Oh yeah. So yeah, we knew about that from a while back actually, from Thriller Bark arc. And I doubt Gecko Mori put much of a fight against Kaido. But obviously we know who the grave robber was. It was Moria. But even then, Odin continued to dance, and the people who still speak to him were his family. And are you gonna leave me? Are you joking? That's not funny. His retainers. Okay, so Odin's lost all support of the people except his retainers and his family. Oh, Lord Odin, we would like to attend your dancing show every week, Papa. We don't want to miss it. And the few allies he had left, Idiot Lord is still far too nice of a nickname for him. Oh, you can't see the boss, Idiot Lord. Come on, come inside and have a cup of tea. Hayo Sama, Odin has arrived. This Orochi has no manners. I will never be at his service. Okay, so it's Hugo. So these are the other few people who are still loyal to Odin, which is yes. And we've seen all of these people, and they're pretty much been treated really badly by Orochi, and especially what's he called? This guy, I forgot the guy. He's got bushy hair, but he's dead, and this other guy's been in prison for ages. All right. 3 years after Odin's return to Wano, the idiot lord is back. There is the snow. 4 years after Odin's return to Wano, nothing has changed in the country. You're embarrassing, Odin. But in the fifth year, Shogun Orochi mm, uh, began to act in Kuri. The Shogun has arrived. Okay. I like to build multiple factory in Kuri, and I'm expecting your cooperation, Odin. First, I'd like to ask you, Shogun, what about the boat, and what about Kaido? What are you talking about? I told you I want to transform Wano into a gigantic weapon factory. And you know Hugo, right? He didn't want to comply, so I left him in Kaido's hands. He'll probably be killed. What? Oh, and the hag who followed him. We shot her. The woman of the capital's hero was quite impudent. Odin-chan. The head of Wano's underworld, Hyuguro of the flowers, captured in the capital, causing his men to revolt. You bastards, give back your boss. The result is 16 of Hyuguro's men were killed, including his wife. As expected by his family and retainers, the samurai who had endured pain for 5 years on his own finally couldn't bear it anymore. No longer being able to control his emotions. So I knew that something's up, and I guess this was the final straw, and this is where Orochi crossed the line. So he's gonna let loose this Kaido. I will make him pay. And we can see the anger in Odin's face is quite powerful actually. How much emotion there is in this panel. Finally, you've spoken them. The words that's been waiting for all this time. Now witness what happened next. Oh my goodness, this is. Oh, are you serious? This is the final page. Oh god. The greatest turmoil caused by a weeping Odin is something you will only witness once. At his side, the 9 men he had picked up and made samurai, illuminated by a crimson light of setting sun. These men, hungry for a fight, seemed clad in red flames, as did the sword on their waists look like reflections of the burning lives. The people of Wano would later come to respectfully call those loyal men the 9 red scabbards. Oh, and this panel looks really cool. We see them crossing one of those arc bridges with Odin taking the lead, and we see the rest of the 9 scabbards following suit. Looks pretty cool. And their eyes are set on Kaido. Their path was a sad story of the past. The destination was the public execution of Kozuki Odin. And until the legendary hour, an event passed down to the future generations to come. Please do not avert your eyes. And oh, this is going to be awesome. So this is going to be the finale of the flashback. Oh, I'm gonna. That's going to be exciting to see. I want to see the fight between Odin and Kaido. That's going to be awesome. So yeah, so this chapter was very good actually. We we see quite a lot of Odin's past now, and is we've pretty much seen all of his life, to be honest, like the start of his life to the end of his life, and this chapter gave us some more crucial details of of how Orochi was the shogun and who his supporters were, and we also see a quite an what do you call it was quite a painful sight to see Odin dance like that, and I really hope that it wasn't Odin doing that, but it was Odin. But I'm surprised that Odin was in the country for 5 years and he did nothing for 5 years. This guy did nothing. That's pretty crazy. But he must have a reason. We're still not told the reason why he did all that, but I can assure you it's probably to do with Kaido and blackmailing. And yeah, this chapter also ties off some more loose ends with the Gecko Moria stuff and the grave robbing, and also with Roger's death reaching everywhere. So yeah, and yeah, kind of Odin learns of Roger's death as well, so that was pretty emotional a little bit as well. So yeah, this chapter was quite good. I enjoyed it quite a lot, but I can definitely see this backstory coming to an end very soon. Maybe one or two more chapters, and we'll see the end. All right. So yeah, this was it for me. Chapter 969. Goodbye.